We have it all set up, but we still ain't ready.
Come a little bit closer.
Come a little bit closer.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb Perez. I'm here with my co-host, Alex Pruneda. Alex, tell us about your week again.
Work. Also, my name is Metis.
This is our
second attempt of recording.
This is the second attempt.
So now we have to give all those excuses and why there's all this audio in the background.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see we're outside. If you're not, well, I just told you we're outside recording on my porch.
I'm going to get a tan. I'm going to get an uneven tan out here.
Alex might be tan for once going into the summer.
All right, listen here, you dumb bitch. We're outside. Everybody's outside. Nobody was outside like half an hour ago. And
we set up. It was quiet. Now the birds are chirping.
It actually looks nicer than it was. Like
the neighbors
10
are
minutes ago,
revving up their engines. Aura is just sitting in the shade. Yeah. If you see, you might see Aura in the background.
You can see Dante. You might be able to see Dante.
Can you? Dante.
Oh, he's out.
He's just staring at me.
Oh yeah.
He's sad. Anyways, who cares about Dante? Oh my!
No.
We're dealing with this on the. Oh my gosh! Alex, why would you?
No, because it's uneven, and I know it's gonna cause issues.
Alex almost spilled his soda.
Oh my god!
He just lifted up. He lifted up the table, and almost spilled his soda.
It's fine.
I can't believe this.
See, this is the comedic bit for the people watching. If you're not watching, why aren't you watching?
Listen on Spotify and then go to the YouTube.
Yeah, it's
watch both.
I do that. I do that sometimes. I switch over.
So, I like.
Oh, hold up! By fixing the table, I have now readjusted it perfectly. This is great. Awesome. Are we recording? This is my third time getting up because I'm paranoid.
So, anyways, you had something you were talking about before
before we realized, and oh no, I hit the mic. My bad, guys. Before I realized if we were recording.
Before we go into that, there's about a 50% chance that Andrew's just not going to edit any of this, and it's just going to be absolute chaos.
He's just going to have words in the text. These dumbasses are waiting till they realize that they're not recording or something. Make that the bit. But we're going to re-say it anyways, just in case my brother actually does want to do some work for once in his life.
Thing that we want him to do.
So, yeah, more or less what I was explaining is I look white, but I am from what my knowledge is, a full-blooded Mexican. That is just Spaniard and native Mexican blood together. And the reason why that is because both my grandparents, both my grandmas, to be more specific, are really white. But they're full-on beans. And I've always wondered, was there just some like tall Nordic white guy that just had to get his nut off? And this is why I'm like this?
And
on either side of the family?
I said, I think it's possible. And I say it. I think it's possible.
We need to take one of those DNA tests and do it for the podcast.
You could actually.
I think I want to.
I'm pretty positive on my DNA, but I mean, the only
I've seen your family reunion, bro. That shit's wild.
The only thing that's up in the air is we're pretty much certain that we have to have some Native American in us, but we don't know which kind of Native American. So I guess
aren't they all the same? Says the white guy.
Can't. No.
I know I can't do that.
They're not.
No, they're all unique. They're all their own.
Besides, if I have enough Native blood in me, I can get paid from the government. So there we go.
How much blood do you need?
I think it's like 50%.
Ain't no way you're 50% native, bro.
Well, with genetics, it's always like weird because you take like random amounts of different ethnicities from your parents.
Mm-hmm.
So like my mom's like 60% German.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be possible that I took at least like 40% of that. And that's 40%.
Really? Is that how that
DNA.
works? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's because
I must have took at least 25 and 25% from both my grandmothers, bro. Because I swear,
white.
I'm really, but I tan pretty well though, so I don't know.
This is the darkest I get. I don't get much darker than this.
Really?
Nope. I go to the family gatherings, and all my cousins are like, "Hello,
hello, who's calling you?
Who's calling?
Whoever it is, answer on the podcast right now. Who is it? Is this spam call?
Well, hello?
Is your girlfriend dying? Is she dying?
How's it going?
Why is she calling you right now? Leave this in the podcast, Andrew.
What's your idea? You're on the podcast right now. Oh,
This is mute audio. I'm getting something for the viewers. I'm currently staring at Caleb as he's talking to Val.
I'll call you when you get off work.
Aww.
Okay, bye.
Aww. Yeah, his girlfriend just called him. That's funny. What was she asking for?
She said she had a really good idea after she woke up from a nap, but then she said it wasn't good enough for the podcast.
Aww.
So I'll learn
Does it
about
involve
it later.
sex? I just fucking with you. You don't have to say. Anyway, adult conversation aside, what were we talking about? My genetic codes.
My ethnicity.
I'm gonna get a
I'm talking
fucking
about my
tan. I
tan.
can
That was
already
what I was talking about. At family gatherings, when I am out there, I could be in the sun all day, and my cousins would be in the sun all day, and they all turn out looking like they're straight out of Mexico, dark. And I look like I just came from, like, Italy.
You do look a little bit Italian now that you say it.
You know,
You have the whole pasta look.
I have the pasta look.
Oh, like the stereotypical
See-
I can't get an Italian accent out of me, but you look
You know,
like
it's the pasta. You
you
gotta
look like the
put
one guy from TikTok. I forgot his name, but he owns a
don't
pizza
know.
shop and he's always giving like motivational speeches and shit.
I don't watch TikTok.
I always see him on my Instagram reels, but I know he's on. No, he actually got banned off of TikTok, so now he's just on Instagram now.
Interesting. But yeah, funny that you say that though, because one of our old coworkers, she's this Ukrainian lady, and Colby
Support Ukraine.
support Ukraine. But Colby.
Oh wait, doesn't talking about Ukraine get you demonetized? But we don't have any ads, so fuck it.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, we also talked about it on the first. Why does it do? Okay, rant time. Why does talking about topics get you demonetized? Like, what?
We're not monetized by the way. Caleb's just ranting to the wind.
The news talks about these topics. Why can't we talk about these topics?
Because they're politically insensitive right now.
Well, we're not even. We just said Ukraine.
It could be like a history video. It's demonetized.
It just doesn't make sense. Like,
Maybe it's the context.
we're not talking
Who's
about
mowing their? The neighbor's mowing their lawn.
Oh, I hope that doesn't. Is that?
No, but he's been out here for like as long as we have.
That's picking up.
Is it actually?
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Is it? Is it picking up? It might be picking up everything, dude. Who cares?
It's fine. It's an outdoors podcast.
I think we might be able to use the de-hummer tool in. Hold up, give it a few seconds. That is for my brother. That pause right there is for him to de-hummerize the entire podcast.
If there's no hum, then
Who cares?
either it succeeded or it
Yeah.
was there.
This is our first. Maybe when we do one of these, we should get like a tent.
That's a good idea.
A tent, so it's all enclosed.
Like a gazebo where we
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
bitchin'.
I wanted to do that for this porch because as you can see there it's just open.
Yeah.
But if I had
But I
like
like the
curtains
background
coming
though.
down-
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why this is a good
Yeah.
spot. I thought you wanted to do it on like the porch outside in the front. I
No,
didn't think
that-
about this part.
We'd have to be holding like shotguns to be doing it on the front porch and rocking chairs are like so
Bro,
about that.
I want a rocking chair. My grandma has 2 bitchin' rocking
I
chairs.
have a
from
rocking
Mexico.
chair from my babyhood in the garage.
Are they actually baby sized?
No, it's
Adult sized?
adult sized. But
I'd be just rocking back and forth the entire episode. I'd actually fall
We
asleep.
could get a cool rocking chair though, like one of those rustic ones.
That would be the wooden ones.
Yeah.
Whoever
yeah.
invented the rocking chair, I hope that man has a special place in whatever religion they believed in.
Very true. Anyways, we've gone off topic. What was I talking about?
Genetics. Before we try to
right.
talk. Oh,
He's
he's finished.
the
Let's go.
Ukrainian lady that we used to work with.
There used to be a Ukrainian lady. Was I there for that?
Yes, at
Who?
the
Which one?
hospital.
Oh, at the hospital. Oh, you mean Natalie? Not Natalie. Natalia? Or no?
No,
Wait, she's not. Is she Ukrainian? Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
Nina.
Oh,
The old Ukrainian.
yeah,
lady.
the
Should have
old
been-
Ukrainian lady.
should have been
Actually, I think
specific.
she might.
She still works there, but she
No, she does. She works in the OR. I think is she Russian or is she
She's
Ukrainian?
Ukrainian.
Is she?
Yeah.
I'm just forgetting here. I don't know.
She said Ukraine was so nice.
Okay,
All
now I
of
remember.
Europe so nice.
Yeah, that's all nice. Why'd you move to Washington? America.
I felt like it. But yeah, funny enough, when she first met my brother, she asked him if he was Italian. And come to find out, my mom took a DNA test. We are indeed like maybe 20% Italian.
So somebody in your family was fucking the Axis, bro.
Pretty
there's
much.
No way. Is there Japanese in you?
I don't think
Is
so.
Val Japanese? You got any
Val's
Japanese
not
in you?
Japanese.
You might your bloodline might finish the
We could.
the Axis.
Well, funny enough, Cliff's my oldest brother's girlfriend or fiance.
Congratulations.
Yes, fiance still at the time of this
Recording?
The time the episode,
that old man.
the time the episode
I will fight an
releases,
old man
still
in this
fiance.
podcast. I swear.
But she's Japanese.
Really?
Yeah. So
He found his weeb girlfriend?
He has completed the Axis power.
No fucking way, bro. That's insane.
The Axis powers is united once again.
Should I get up for the fourth time to check
Anyways.
it? I'm getting real paranoid. I swear, bro.
No, it's fine.
Fuck it. Who cares?
The episodes where Andrew's not here is the
funniest
chaos
one. I like it.
episodes.
Hey, the conspiracy theory one did pretty well. I almost got his
I
last
think
last
so
one.
too.
I liked it.
The pet. I think that and the pet one seem to be doing equally good.
Yeah. I swear, bro, I'm about to commit elderly acts of violence upon that man.
Yes.
On God, bro.
he doesn't even know what's going on.
It doesn't need, bro. I'm about to just.
But yeah, the Ukrainian lady thought that.
Dude, I'm gonna start complaining about everything around me now. This was such a good idea in hindsight.
And then everything decided
to be
so loud.
It is. Is it 3:00 in the afternoon?
It's about.
This is when people like to do their last things before they shut the fuck up. So
Yeah, it's almost 3.
okay, so we're
But,
fine.
Yeah. Anyways, Ukrainian lady thought Colby was Italian. Turns out we are Italian. Then she meets me, and she goes up to one of our other coworkers who's a huge fan of BTS, and she's like, "Did you know we have a Korean boy right here if you want to date him?"
No.
And I was like, for one, I'm with someone. For two, I'm not Korean.
I'm not Korean. Yeah.
And then she. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I guess that. Yeah, we don't really know.
Oh,
my
Doctor
dad's
Strange
doing
comes
it.
out this week, and I work.
Does.
Fuck.
You have Thursday off?
I do. There's a midnight release. I guess I'm going on Thursday.
I already bought my tickets, so if you want to
Okay.
join.
I guess I'll still do it when I get home.
Yeah,
then.
Doctor Strange. That's gonna be a good one. Anyways, back to genetics.
Back to genetics. It's weird that the German man's talking about genetics now.
That's
Is that just an inherent thing with you Germans?
Well-
That sounded so fucked up.
that's a
What about you Germans?
Germans and your torturing of animals with weird technology.
I don't know. I think the Russians got you one up on
That's
that.
funny that you say that because we've come up with many different ways to try to eradicate the mice in the field.
It's a field.
As of recent, yeah, just up front.
Oh, the field. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they've invaded the chicken coop, and long story short,
The chickens aren't violent. They're not killing them.
well, they weren't until recently. When I
So
just
there's
went-
mice on chicken violence happening in the front yard.
Yes.
That is
So pretty much
I swear
one
to
day,
God, Brett, I will
one
beat
day,
you to death.
the other day I got sick of the mice, so I took a shovel
Mm-hmm.
and I just like ripped where their hole is,
Mhm.
and like 3 mice scattered out of the hole. Run! And I just destroyed their entrance into the chicken coop. And then eventually they made like a hole out the back, and they tried running towards the field, and then the chickens just murked one of them and just started like
Gouging them to death.
pretty much.
Jesus.
Like, Colby said it was like on Jurassic Park 2.
Mhm.
Have you seen that one?
Yes, I've seen Direction Part 2.
Where the guy gets like ripped in half by the T-Rex. That's what the chickens tried doing to the mouse.
Jesus.
But he didn't get ripped in half, but they shook him around enough that I heard his neck break.
That's fucked.
Yeah, and then
You heard a mouse's neck break?
yeah,
What the fuck are your ears, dude?
dude, I have good ears, good eyes, and good smell.
You do got a pretty big old schnoz.
I got a
That's
good
the first schnoz
schnoz.
joke I think I've made on the podcast.
That's gonna be great for everyone listening. Anyways, where were we?
Genetics. I don't know. I have really
Genetics.
nothing to talk about this podcast. I'm just kind of
I
fucking
mean,
vibing, dude.
Genetics is kind of an interesting topic.
I guess.
Because, like I said, because I don't really know exactly what I am. Like I said, we just figured out that we're Italian,
And you know what? Hold up.
and I have no idea what my dad's genetics
Your
are.
dad's really
Like,
dark, bro.
he claims we're Chiricahua Apache, but that might just be a claim. I'll never know.
Is the claim real?
we'll have to see. But,
Um,
my grandma did tell me that she's enough native to be able to get paid by the government.
So
But
50% of mass.
she chose not to take the pay.
What's the downside of not taking the pay?
The downside of not taking it, or the downside of taking it?
Downside of taking it. Because from what you just said, it sounds like there's a negative connotation.
I don't know, but she says that I think she just doesn't need the extra money, so she just doesn't take it.
I would be an asshole and take the extra money and buy something with it. Maybe it fucks up your taxes. Might be.
I don't know if they tax you though if you're Native American.
The IRS loves their money, so I'm gonna call bullshit on Caleb. I think they probably do something with it, and that's why your grandma said, I guess that's free money.
They would find any way to screw over the natives, even if it looks good. So they've been doing that since the start of the country. So I learned that in history.
Cool it would have been to fucking live in the western part of America before anybody showed up.
I think about that so often. Like on our drives out of town, there's just vast
if you go in this direction, where's Yakima?
Is it? It's in that direction.
This direction, or that direction. In one of these,
if you go this way,
that's Seattle, right?
So that's west. So Yakima's this way.
Yakima's this way, so it's behind the camera.
They're giving our exact coordinates.
Who fucking cares, dude? What are you gonna do? Show up to Caleb's house?
What are you gonna do? Send me money?
Send me money? No, but in that direction, I remember as a kid, there's a vivid scene in my head going to Yakima where there is at least a good stretch of I wouldn't say it'd be desert or at least brush.
It's kind of
or field
I don't know,
but it looks really nice in my head. It might be the kid's imagination, but it looks really fucking cool out there.
Oh yeah, it looked
to have a horse and a cowboy hat and just being like yeehaw apartment.
In the kid's imagination, I was thinking that 3 years ago.
I still do too.
After playing Red Dead Redemption 2,
that game was so addicting to me.
Heading over to Kennewick, I was just like, man, can you imagine all the people riding their horses throughout here?
Oh, bro, it would have been so fucking cool.
Gosh, man, yeah, that.
But that also psychs me out because I'm gonna be honest. Instead of being a YouTuber or a guy that looks at internet stuff, I'd most likely be super have you heard about the dragon that lives in the bottom of the lake? I'd be one of those guys, and I'd go look for it and be a dumbass. So I would never touch. Yet again, we're bringing up the conspiracy theory from way back then. I do not trust, for whatever reason, I do not trust the Mojave Desert. Thanks to Fallout New Vegas and just stories on Reddit. I refuse.
I don't think any desert is trustworthy.
I refuse to go to the Southwest United States. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. I am not fucking with the Mojave.
We did talk about that on the conspiracy episode that we just
Skinwalkers are fucked.
We do not mess with that.
I do not mess with that region. Area 51, Skinwalker stories, Native Americans cursing people getting lost in that region.
Isn't that where the one UFO thing happened where they're
Roswell?
Yeah, the Roswell incident.
I don't fuck with that area. That's the one part of the. And you know what, Sue? You know what's funny? So bring it up to anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. In that area, that's where the corpse of Jesus Christ is, which gives people the ability to have stands. So Araki may have not accidentally wrote something that may or might be true. No, who knows? The Mormons might be right. Jesus might have walked all the way across the Atlantic Ocean.
We don't know.
Yeah,
but
it's really weird that he used the Mormon Bible. He was like, "Man, I gotta write some gas real quick. I gotta pay these bills." Mormon Bible influenced story from Japan.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no. Araki took inspiration from the Mormon Bible and said, "I can make a story out of this." And
that's interesting.
Jesus Christ and a crippled man in Italian. Greatest story ever. One of my favorite stories.
Well, I guess I gotta wait for that to get animated.
Oh yeah, if Netflix isn't, fuck it up. Fuck Netflix.
Netflix is dying, by the way.
We don't know. It could be a small trend. They might be able to fix it, but I hope they do get blockbustered.
The blockbuster.
I need Neon.
Peacock is honestly so much better than Netflix.
I think fucking HBO got their shit down. I was watching Lego Batman last night, and I'm gonna be honest. I think it's one of the greatest Batman movies, unironically, because it's making fun of the whole Batman tropes and shit. And I'm like, damn, they're doing it well.
Really?
Yes.
I started watching Batman the Animated Series.
Good for you. That is peak fiction right there.
I like it. I just finished the 4th episode. fifth.
There's a lot of good stories in that.
Oh yeah.
That's not a TV show. That is a landmark. That is legendary filmmaking or storytelling. I don't know what I would call it. The animated series Batman show and Batman Beyond are
I'm only
greatest
a few
fiction
episodes
ever.
and I'm already like, this is great.
Oh yeah.
This is a great show. Just the art is so good.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
I fucked with the art.
That's
That's classic art.
We'll get back on topic.
Yeah. Skinwalkers.
Skinwalker. Well, we'll save that for another time. But I like to believe that I'm Native American.
Do you?
Yeah. When in school, when they'd ask what your
You
race
might.
is,
I now looking at the bridge of your nose, you kind of do got a bridge of a Native American. They have very unique noses that I am attracted to.
Just look at my dad.
You're
That man.
I need to look at your dad again. I can't. My brain's not grabbing the file for that.
I can tell an embarrassing story that my dad probably won't like me telling on the podcast, but I can tell it. Do you want to hear it? So
Go ahead.
It's the story of how I gave my dad his Native American name.
Tomahawk.
Not
That was
Tomahawk.
racist as fuck.
No.
That was so bad.
So when
Oh my god, the wind kicked up. It feels good because I'm hot, but I know it is picking it up.
it's fine, it's fine.
It's fine.
The wind blows, so it knows that the story's gonna be good.
Yes, it's good. The natives are coming out. The wind call. That is my official
calls.
Native American name, wind caller.
caller.
Hey yo, but some of those names are hard as fuck.
My mom
though.
calls she used to call Colby this, but now she calls me this.
Mhm.
She calls me he who walks with silent feet.
Oh wow, that's badass.
Yeah.
No, my brother had a good bit. I don't know if it was original or not, but my brother somebody made a joke, and it was all like a Native American walked into an office, or he's getting interviewed, and he's like, my English name is David, but my Native American is bad motherfucker with it was something. It was like
I think I
silver
saw
fox.
That was like super
Sky
cool.
Sky Death or whatever. I don't know who said the joke or whatever. I think it might have been my brother, but I'm all like, fuck calling you David. I'm calling you Deathwalker, bro.
Like,
that's hard
the
as
coolest
fuck.
name. Like I don't get
Natives
why
know how to name their kids.
they do. But
That's just
I'll
hard.
tell
bro.
the story. The wind's blowing again, so it's time for
It's
the
true.
story.
The wind's calling.
So there's one day my dad got extremely drunk,
Mhm.
like pathetically drunk, that he was falling over everything, and I had to pretty much carry him up the stairs.
When was this?
I have to say sometime last year or the year
Mm.
before, but I had to pretty much carry him up the stairs, and I brought him to his bed,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy
Rolled over and died.
No.
Metaphorically.
if you know how my dad, he's kind of built like a
Orb.
round. He's built pretty round.
Orb.
And this man, I put him on the bed.
He
and
rolls over.
He rolled off the bed onto the floor as I walked out of the room. So I just hear, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And like where most people would probably be concerned, I could not stop laughing.
I would
There's a
laugh
laugh
too.
track.
That's not the laugh track.
That's the laugh track.
Is that the laugh track? How loud is that?
I hope so. Andrew will have to
It's
deal
a
with
fucking horn. That would be.
Anyways, yeah, so he rolls out of bed and just slams on the floor. But when he rolled, he looked like freaking Sonic the Hedgehog in a ball rolling off the bed. And I was laughing so hard. And from that day forward, I decided that his Native American name would be
Hedgehog.
Rolling Stone.
No, not the reference.
It's just too perfect.
What would I think my name would be like Wind Caller or something, because the wind started picking up once I started talking about that shit. So
That's your name? Wind
Native
Caller.
Mexican name. I don't even know, because I'm actually I got Aztec and Mayan in me. So
Yeah.
my family's fucked. We were doing shit.
If you look at family genetics, there's some crazy things down the family tree.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm trying to remember what my mom found, but she was able to trace her genetic like map back to like 1600.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's. You'd be surprised who you might be. related to.
Mine would probably start. I'd probably say, assumedly, if have I ever told the family legend, or has my brother
Yeah,
mentioned
I
it?
think you told me.
I've told you this,
back
but I
in,
don't
like,
think
8th grade, but you never said it on the podcast.
I think has Andrew brought it up? I thought he did.
No, you know, I love this story.
Oh, so because it's funny because
It's
how it is.
such a great
So the family
story.
rumor is, I think it's either my uncle Roy or Aaron or somebody. One of my uncles was all like, "Who the fuck are we related to? Somebody wanted to figure out something about the past. Hold up. My shorts keep on riding up on me. So, the story goes that.
Funny enough, you were probably wearing those last time you told me, or the first time you told me this story.
Yeah, these shirts are old, but these are one of my favorite pairs. Is that so? The family goes back. So my uncle Aaron, I'm assuming it's Aaron. I don't know if it's not. This is like third or fourth hand telling right here. So my uncles are like, I wonder who we're related to. So he looks back at the family tree and he's able to trace it back all the way to the colonization of Mexico. So basically, when the conquistadors came to Mexico and be like, this is ours now. And started raping and enslaving and doing everything that a European nation does and tries to forget about.
Oh, yeah.
So my great whatever Spaniard conquistador grandfather was apparently, and this is how the tale goes, is apparently a general or high-ranking soldier in the Spanish military. And apparently at the time, he had the hots for one of the Spanish princesses. There might have been more than one. This is the only way I believe it. So this is my version of it because I'm all like, how the fuck would you be that close to royalty? And somebody, who knows, there might have been a general or the king or whatever, was all like, get the fuck out of here, you weirdo. And basically kicked him off and says, it's basically like a punishment. More or less, you get, sent to the new world, and now you have to. That's weird. I've never used "sent to the new world" in a sentence before. I've actually used that properly now. This is recorded.
There we go. History class is now.
It's working. Mr. Robertson, are you happy?
Mr. Robertson, can you hear us? He's still alive.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
He's not dead. Really, that's
the wind's
weird.
blowing. Mr. Robertson,
he's here. But yeah. So apparently, he gets kicked over to Mexico and. I'm assumedly, conquistadors and Spanish military men probably were doing some fucking.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow, 400 years later, here I am on a podcast talking about them. Supposedly. I don't know if this is true or not. I have no evidence.
It's Aura.
There's a dog on this side.
I'm gonna take a video and Andrew has to put it on the podcast. It's Aura.
You look like a mom.
Look at me. Look at my baby. Hi, Aura. I have a story about Aura if you're done with that story.
Well, I don't know if you wanted to ask me questions about it or make the joke about it.
Oh, so yeah, I thought the story went that your great ancestor actually screwed the princess.
He might have. I don't know if that's true anymore.
That was the story you told me.
He might have pulled a Griffith. If anybody gets that reference.
And that's when I made the joke that I was like, wow, Alex, your ancestor screwed the princess, and now he's looking down at you, not getting any women.
No bitches. I am
not
maidenless.
a single girl.
But instead, I'm trying to get that money. So I might be able.
Money is good.
Money is good. I'm trying to reclaim the family honor.
But yeah.
Well, actually, I don't even know how closely I'm related to him. In retrospective, because technically my family went from assumably Spain, Mexico, to Texas, to California, to Washington. So we've gone like this. We've gone in a J direction.
The J from interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm known. Most of the Pruneda clan lives in Mexico, to my knowledge.
So, but before I go on to more Caleb family history, seeing Aura peek out from behind my makeshift barrier has made me remember.
It is so ghetto.
It made me remember a story that happened this week that was absolutely hilarious. I posted on my story, but so I was taking a nap, but Colby was he was talking with my mom right around this area, and he sees Aura somewhere over there. She's trying to attack something. And he's like, what the heck is Aura freaking out about? Dante was barking and everything, so he goes down there. And in that corner, over by the treehouse that you probably can't see, there's a turtle. A literal turtle. Just
have you claimed said turtle?
We did. We brought him inside and we're feeding him and stuff, but we couldn't.
Wait, the turtle's here?
No, we released him back outside.
What the fuck?
But yeah, we had.
That's weird.
I don't know how a turtle got here, to be quite honest. And also, that would have just been an extra body onto Aura's kill count.
So you released the turtle back into the wild knowing that your dog's going to fucking murder it?
Well, he could get bigger.
Caleb, we live in the Pacific Northwest. That turtle's not going to get any bigger than my fist. How big was it? I'm curious.
He's like this.
He's a healthy looking boy.
Yeah, he's a healthy looking turtle. Now he's either in that tree line or he made his way that way back to the water.
Like, was it like a sea turtle? Like, what are you describing?
He was a
tortoise. A tortoise would be more the accurate description.
Well,
here.
no, I looked it up online, and he was a Pacific Northwest painted turtle.
What was he painted?
That's just what they're called.
What the fuck? That's a stupid
Because
name.
they have red bellies and they have like white streaks on their face. So he's a painted turtle.
So he's aquatic? So he's not a tortoise?
I think they're semi-aquatic, so they can be.
How the fuck does a turtle swim? No, because their legs doesn't. I'm imagining that.
They just swim.
I guess
Just
they're like
accept
Blastoise.
Yeah, they're blast. I named him Squirtle too.
Let's go. Squirtle's
Anyways.
somewhere out there. He's probably
Yeah,
dead.
No, he's not dead.
He's probably dead.
He just made his way along.
I am a
But
narcissist.
to be honest, I don't know how he got there.
Well, the sea lions are it's not too far.
But he would have had to cross a whole road just to get here.
It is true.
And to end up there,
Dude, that's just
it's an odd place to.
how did it jump the fence? Is it Mexican?
I don't know.
There's a mean joke right there.
But yeah, turtle.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Look at that. Story time.
Or almost killed another thing.
Is that a fucking helicopter? No. Somebody has a dirt bike right now and is ripping it.
Rednecks.
Red.
Anyway, speaking of rednecks,
Are you redneck?
technically, my grandpa on my mom's dad is a redneck. He's also like a racist.
Assumedly, I think anybody that grew up in the 60s is racist.
I guess, yeah, and that's.
Let's start that opinion. Anybody who grew up in the 60s has a bit of racism in them.
I think we did talk about that at
Did
some
we?
point. That like it was more accepted back then, but like they grew to understand that it's wrong, but they never fully like.
There was like, it's still part of their vocabulary.
Yeah,
They're just like halfway through the sentence, slur.
but no, that guy's straight up a racist.
Oh, wow. This is a nice bridge, like hitting my knees right now, bro.
The wind likes the
The wind, the earth is telling me this is going to be a good podcast.
This episode's great.
This is
But
amazing.
yeah, he was. I can't remember what his story is really, and
Mhm.
honestly, I don't think it really matters. He's just a white guy, and my grandma's just a German lady, but her story is pretty interesting. She came from Germany. She was
Did she have to eat her dog, or are you
Yeah,
going to say that?
that is
Are you
the
going
story.
to are you going to tell that story?
During the war, she grew up. She was like 4.
How old is your grandma?
She's 82 now, I think.
Holy shit!
So she was growing up during World War II.
Her first years of life were literally gunshots.
Oh yeah, she remember one of her earliest memories that she would.
She a badass?
She
Because she'd
she's a
have to be
hardy
a
lady.
badass living in that scenario.
So yeah, she ended up having to eat her dog. Her dad was funny enough, he was a master chef for the Nazi army. And
Alex is friends with the Nazi?
Here's something that an interesting thing I learned one day when I was sick, staying home from school.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the History Channel, and apparently in the town where my grandma grew up, Frankfurt, Germany,
Mm-hmm.
that was like a main secret Nazi base. And if my grandfather was one of the head chefs for the Nazi army, that means that he fed Hitler at one point.
That's insane.
So that's part of my lineage is my lineage possibly fed Hitler.
I got Aztec warriors. I'm not that. I'm probably one of the more unique people. I don't know, actually. That's the one thing about me, about the Prunedas in general, is the Pruneda clan is very secretive.
That is interesting. They don't.
You don't know
too
I
much
get in
about your
contact with
family.
any of my outer cousins, no clue. There's a few Prunedas, and every time I meet, I'm like, so what grandchild do you come from? Because a fun fact, my grandmother, I actually recently got told this, so this would be my great grandmother on the Pruneda side, had 21 children. Have I never told you this?
No.
Yes. So the family history goes that my great grandmother married one Pruneda brother. He died, and then the younger Pruneda brother married her, and then had the rest. So I think she had like maybe 4 or 5 kids with her, and then she just kept on going, and eventually 21 children.
When did she start having kids?
I have no fucking clue.
Because that's a lot of kids.
Yeah,
no twins.
No idea. To my knowledge, there is no twin Prunedas.
Wow.
To my knowledge, I don't know, and that might even be wrong, but that's what I've always heard. So I don't know if there's 21, but I know my grandpa. I come from the youngest. But it seems like the youngest one came out looking like a motherfucker because I'm now right here with my homie recording a podcast. So I'm the coolest Pruneda. That's my title, motherfuckers. So,
Andrew, you're gonna have to accept that one.
He has to. He literally has to.
He has just claimed that title. You have to come up with a different title.
He has to. But that's my knowledge. That's from what I know. I don't know any like the Garzas though. the stereotypical Mexican name Garza. Is I got that part of me, but it's in Washington. But from what I know, the Garzas that I'm related to are kind of like the throwaways. They're not important either. So from what it looks like, I am technically by family tradition or family bloodline like the weakest link. I'm not part of the head clan.
Dang.
But from what I know, the main branch, I guess, they're all fucked. So
yeah. I guess.
For my plan. So I'm doing well for my side of the family, so go fuck them, I guess.
All I know is if my family was a royal family, since I'm so much younger than everyone else, if everyone else all died, I'd be the first up to be ruler. There we go.
But, okay, hypothetically speaking, if we lived in a scenario where kingdomships and families are like that, I'd kill my rivals. I would.
Gosh. Well, somebody doesn't like their family.
Well, no, not in that sense. I wouldn't kill my brother or anything like that. But if there was like younger cousins or like uncles and stuff, and I saw them, I'd be like, because I won't lie, in a scenario where that's justified, like I'm pretending this is like an alternate medieval Europe scenario, like we never grew out of the Dark Ages, but we still went to conquer the New World or whatever. I'm yet again using that. So this is like a alternate timeline history episode now. Is that like, if that's still a thing and everybody still had like clanships and shit, oh fuck yeah, I would. I totally would. I would get a band of dudes. That's the YouTube era back in the day. Getting a band of raiders.
Your mob and kill just your own family.
No, I'd kill all my political rivals. I wouldn't kill like
usually your family.
Usually. But I'd kill all the old men. The young guys, I'd be like, either you're with me or I'm sending you off to the dark area of the map.
Zone.
I'm sending you to Africa. So they call that the dark continent. But that was racist as fuck. So I'm just going to send you to Siberia. You go in that direction in Russia. Like, hurry up and get to Alaska. That's what I'd do. All the old dudes, all the old guys, done. The young guys, you either join me or you get sent in that direction.
Alex has just admitted that he would definitely be Scar.
Yeah.
He would kill his own nephew.
Ooh, would I? No, I only
He'd kill Andrew and his nephew.
No, because I'm older than all I'm the oldest boy.
So you're Mufasa?
By definition, yes. My brother actually would have a better claim to kill me than any of my nephews. I got two? I got a cousin that's slightly older than me.
Scar.
Yes.
Wow.
But no, okay, hypothetically, if those two cousins were in our scenario, I don't think they would rival me. I think I'd have more passion and drive to do it.
Well, you have to think of how lineage works. So usually it goes to the kids of the oldest son.
So what I would most likely do is I'd probably
actually no, it's the oldest. It's always the oldest male.
Yeah. So that means I would have to go through an Assassin's Creed type shit and go through 21 plus, assumedly older males than me. So I'm not going to kill any of the girls. That's just useless.
Well, they'd probably be after you.
No, because I'm assuming this is still in the Dark Ages, so they're not caring about the girls. So I think the girls are just like, wenches. We'll just throw them off and just, let's see if we get another boy. So I'm assuming that. Yes. So I'm assuming I have to probably go through like either 21 plus other dudes and either being like, you want the throne or not? And if he says yes, okay, I either have to kill you or try to get you somewhere off. So I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably, if I wasn't like somewhere in the medieval age, I'd get a band of raiders, or I would have like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood shit. That's what I have. Wow. I would go full Griffith, except for all the raping and pillaging and shit. I'd just be the idea of just gaining a kingdom.
I'd want to be known as like the Black Knight.
Are you fucking Guts or Guts and Griffith?
I
don't want to be Griffith though. Griffith is an asshole. I fucking hate Griffith.
I just want to be the most feared knight in the realm, and the kings even are like, whoa, are you sure you want to hire that guy?
He's kind of dangerous. But that's what I'd be. I would gain I'd gain rights. That's what I'd do. From a young age, I would.
Does wizards like Merlin exist in this universe?
Well, I'm assuming this is in real life, but I would assume there is a guy in my troop that's funny and takes LSD all the time.
I'd take
Jarrett would be mine. I'd take Jarrett.
No, you can't have Jarrett.
Oh, then okay. No, I won't take
Jarrett's
Ben.
on my troop.
Bro, I would assume you would be in my troop.
I guess that's true.
So Jarrett would be my LSD wizard.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah, that's what I do. And in a scenario where the medieval ages never left, and we still somehow discovered the new world, and I somehow still came here up in Washington, that's what I'd do. I'd be born 12 years old. I'd get a gang. I'd start murking everybody.
Wow, 7th grade when we all met, you're like, you want to take down my
because that's
family?
what they did. Because what 14, you that's where you have to start.
I guess, yeah.
So I would immediately start doing that. I would
really
get a band.
Realize how young some of these people were back in the
Alexander was my
days.
age, right? Like he was like
Alexander
19.
the Great?
Yeah. He was 19, 20 when he started conquering shit.
Yeah, I guess you had to get started early because you died
Like at 40,
49
40,
or
60.
something.
Like you could live to 80, but that was like you'd have to live. You'd have to be part of the 1% to do that shit.
Oh yeah, you have to be like, you have to.
You'd never leave the city.
You have to have pre-knowledge of hygiene
Yeah,
to be able to live that long.
or luck, really good luck.
Really good.
But that's what I do. I'd start conquering shit. I'd be Alex. No, I would have Alex the Great. The Great's a gay title. I know I'm not supposed to say gay, but it's a gay title. The Great. Come on, come with something like a more original. Like, what would my title be? I don't know. So, assumingly in this alternate universe, I'd be pillaging and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd probably change my name. I wouldn't go by Alex. I'd go by like a Dark Lord name, like something scarier. Like, I'm thinking Russian, but I don't know.
I'd be Dark Seeker Caleb.
Dark Seeker Caleb. No, I'd have to have I don't know. Metas wouldn't really fit. But if it's technically Metas is almost kind of biblical because the Metatron or whatever, isn't that a Gabriel or Raphael?
I don't know.
Biblical speaking, Christian style, maybe like Metatron or something.
Metatron.
Because that is a biblical. Oh, maybe I could go by Raphael. Or Azrael. No, I'd go by Azrael. That's what I'd go. That would be my medieval conqueror name, Azrael.
Nice.
And then there'd be Azrael the sword blooded or something. There'd have to be an ending to it, but that would be my title name. And there's my actual name. So that's what I go by. I kind of want to name my son Azrael.
You know what? Do that.
I think I will.
Name your son Azrael. And then tell him all the stories.
All right, this is where you go conquer the world.
This is where you take down all your rivals.
Yeah.
But
in a scenario like that, I would.
That's something that only we could probably think of is how would we react in a medieval society?
Yeah, I would. The first thing, if we're gonna talk about this, how long have we been recording? Oh, 15. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna have at least a good 30-minute segment of me on how I would conquer or at least get a kingdom. So first thing, I'm assuming I'm 14 at the time. I'd start getting ruffians, guys from bars, and be like, I want you to help me go.
So are we assuming that you're from a royal lineage?
I'm assuming that I am part of a lordship. I have family in high power, but they're not kings.
Okay.
So I would at 14 or maybe even 13 or 12, I would start I get a band of dudes. I need 4 good dudes. So and if I remember, I'm assumingly it'd be me. I'd definitely get Peter on that. There's no way.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know who my 4th would be.
Would we have? So here's another question: are there guns in this scenario?
No, I'm thinking only swords.
We're only swords.
Only swords.
Okay.
Or no, because there would be crossbows and shit.
How about just a giant axe?
I know, yeah, sure. It's whatever you want. You're in this hypothetical.
Tactical shovel.
That shovel's fucking broken.
The
apparently,
God shovel.
that shit would literally kill God from how Caleb explains it. I swear to God. But no, that's what I do. I think maybe I only have 3. I'd have the trio. I wouldn't have a 4.
Okay.
But I'd get Ben, Dylan, all those guys. Those guys would be part of my troop in this alternate timeline.
So we have a main trio.
Yeah.
And then we
Like
have
the
the
side.
other guys.
Yeah, that's what I do. And from there, I'd start robbing and shit. I get my money. That's what I'd start doing.
That is a smart move. Building up your money first.
I'd build up my money first. I get my shit straight, and then that's when I'd start I won't lie. I'd probably right after that, I'd make all you guys like, there would be like at least a 1 or 2 year training arc where I get all you guys like at your apex at the age of like 14. Yeah, like no, we'd all be jacked as fuck.
Speaking of that, I started a workout recently that
you-
almost destroyed my body.
The squats.
The squats. I tried doing as many squats as I possibly could up to 100.
And then you
I
died.
died. Or it was.
This is
scared
why
that I
sets are
actually
better than
died.
doing big numbers, by the way.
Oh,
Just to the gym bros out
fine.
there.
It's fine.
Coming from the fat guy, but anyway, but no, that's how I would start off. I get like a 1 or 2 training arc with
Like a
all these
training arc.
guys, and I'd make sure like we could beat the fuck out. Ben's my brawler, bro. Ben's the guy I'm sending out being like, Ben, I want to give you this money, beat the fuck out of that guy.
Ben, he wouldn't even do it for the. He'd be like,
He'd do it
I'm
for
not gonna
fun.
do it for the money. I'm just going.
Yeah. I think you'd be my advisor. Peter would be like my war general or something.
Just the Dark Knight that's always standing next to Alex. Just
Yeah.
like, shing.
That's what I do. I'm assuming you guys are all lower class than me in this scenario. I'm assuming. I don't know. Maybe you
I'm
guys.
assuming in this scenario, all my family were killed.
I guess this is the optimal Dark Age New World scenario.
Optimal to get Caleb to be the absolute
Yeah.
biggest killer.
This is
of all
everybody.
time.
This is all optimal.
My whole family has died.
Yeah.
I have.
We're
nothing to
all
live
ruffians
for.
except me.
I have nothing to live for other than to make sure Alex gets to the throne and I can destroy anyone.
See,
in my
I wouldn't
path.
even get a throne. Okay, so I'll explain it. We'll get to that point. So I get everybody. Everybody has their 2-year training arc, whatever. We know how to use a sword. We know how to fight. I'd immediately take over a town. So I'm assuming it'd be this one, but it'd probably be smaller. We're next to a lake, so there would be some profit. Actually, no. This lake exists because of a dam, so it wouldn't even exist, right? Or
No,
would it be?
wouldn't.
Or would it be
'Cause
smaller?
That's when the natives still had this.
Oh, yeah. So I take it back. So it would exist. So that's what I immediately do. I would, unfortunately, slaughter the natives if they still exist, if the white people weren't here yet.
That's
so
my family.
I'm sorry, but I have to rule over. But I don't know. Actually, no.
You could probably get them on your
I'd
side.
hire them. And I would promise.
You could take over a bigger city. Why would you take over this?
No,
place?
because I would use it as like an
you
outpost.
could just ally with them. You don't have to kill them.
That is true. I would ally with the natives. I take it back. I'd use them and be like, hey, none of my guys know how to use bows, so you want to like. Actually, this is what I do. I'd buy all their horses off of them. So I would, in the 2-year training arc, we're just robbing shit and getting money. Then I go to the natives and I'll be respectful. I'll be like, I want all your horses. I'll leave you to a male and a female so you can at least get them. You can at least have some more.
Repopulate.
So I take all of the horses. I have all my band of men. Everybody gets a
I
horse.
think you could guarantee them like food for life too.
Yeah, like you're the OGs. You get something in reward.
You guys help me, I help you.
Yeah.
That's my favorite quote to use while playing croquet. You help me, I help you.
So that's what I do. I get a band. I take over a town or use it more or less as an outpost. And so with my band of men, I'm killing off all the knights, all the archers. I'm basically making the town worthless. They have no protection. And now I'd be basically a mobster at this point. And now I have a town. And from that town, I'd start making more money. From there, I'd actually start hiring like maybe mercenaries and maybe being like, hey, there's young guys here. Start like, what do you guys want to do? Like, let's start doing shit. I'd start using my influence over people and being like, well, let's do something bigger. Like slowly trying to trick them. But you guys, the inner circle knows what we're doing here.
We conquer.
Yeah, we're conquering. So boom, I take over this town. I get rid of all the knights, all the people. Or not all the people. I still use the people and shit. But after that, I then start going for farms and shit. Because I wouldn't kill the farmers. What I'd actually do here is I actually would bribe the farmers and be like, I want your help in feeding my future army. So how can I guarantee that? So I'd probably work something out with them, and then I would gain that farm and multiple farms to feed that one individual town, so the town now trusts me, and now I'm better than their previous protectors. So now I'm now a mobster, but a good mobster. And from there, I would slowly start doing that with all the towns. So I'd be going everywhere. I'd start slowly building up an army while collecting everything. And at one point or another, I would assume that one of my relatives would notice, or somebody would notice. Maybe it's from a different lineage or whatever. And I'd have to fight. I would. And that's when I'd pull out the Dracula situation, and I would fucking head through a spike through your ass. Like, no, but the Caleb laughs, but like, remember what Dracula did? The Dracula stories where he just have like, you don't? So Dracula, in the historical one, I think it's Vlad. Is it Vlad?
Yeah.
Vlad the Impaler?
Vlad.
He'd like have miles, not miles, but like hundreds of rows of just people just spiked. That's what I do as an intimidation tactic. Like, if you're with me, you get all of this protection, and I'd be good about it. But if you're not, I'm going to do biblical horrors to you. So that's what I do. And then I'd probably just start taking out my political rivals and stuff. And then boom, I'd eventually have a kingdom.
Well, there you go, folks. Alex, the white man with Spanish background, has dreams of conquering an entire nation. There you go.
No, I wouldn't.
Is that surprising to anyone? I don't think so.
But that's what I do in a hypothetical scenario.
There you go.
This
folks.
is just
Alex,
this is just my E4
Alex
games.
Alex of Spaniard descent has fantasies of conquering. Does that surprise you?
I think all
at all?
dudes do at one point.
I guess, yeah. Your description was very close to the Dr. Caleb story.
It is true.
Like scarily close.
Oh.
I might have to sue you on that one.
No. Well, that's what I do. I'd start a band, and then I'd make the people my friends, and everybody else who don't view that, I'd take them out. I think that's the optimal strategy. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Because I'm not going to take Alexander the Great's approach and just being like, conquer a place and then like becoming their culture. Because then your boys are like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not fucking Egyptian. You're Greek, you fuck.
What are you doing?
So, that's what I do.
Well, yeah, there you go. Alex conquered all of North America.
I wouldn't conquer all of North America. At one point, I'd
Washington.
stop. I'd probably take over the entire western coast of America. Actually,
do you really want California?
no, because I'm thinking about it. But I'm assuming this is before the drought and shit. So yeah, I would take California. I'd basically take. This is what I'm imagining. All of the west. So all the western states and then the 4 triangle spots. So I would take the Mojave, but I'd be like, no, evil. That's where I send people.
You banish people to the Mojave Desert.
Mm-hmm. No water, no nothing. You will die.
Wow.
That's what I do. We're back to the Mojave, the skinwalkers.
The Mojave Desert, Alex. Even in the medieval days, Alex fears the Mojave Desert.
Oh, I would. There's no way. There's no way I wouldn't fear them.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh no, our table, it's broken. No, it's a sign.
It's a sign. The Mojave Desert's calling to us.
But I don't know if I would be religious though, because in an optimal scenario, I think it would be, and I would try to get. I wouldn't make myself as a god, but like a saint. That's what I would try to do.
I think that sound. You're very historically accurate to what most people do.
Yeah, but I wouldn't try to be like. I'm the messenger of God thing. That's too fucking stupid. I feel like I'm gonna give older people credit from like the 1600s and shit. I'll give them credit. That's so dumb. I think people are a little bit smarter than that. I'm not trying to get the hobos to think I'm God or something.
True.
I would make it out to make there'd be rumors of me being like, dude, this guy's fucking
This guy's
wild.
crazy. He doesn't poop.
He doesn't poop. He slaughters 24/7, 7 days a week. He's fucked.
Oh man.
Apparently he worships the devil and blah, blah. I'd make rumors like that shit about me, and so they'd be scared to be like, well, people who follow him get like pretty good credit.
Hey,
The taxes and have
no taxes. Tax break season, baby.
So that's what I do. But if eventually after I would gain power, what would I do? So I'm assuming now I've taken out all my political rivals. I'd probably take a wife or maybe a few. Maybe get the bloodline going again.
When Alex has power, he can finally force people to be.
No, I wouldn't force them. I'd be like, all right, I'm open to options here. Here's the phone number. Somebody's at the front of the castle being like,
No,
what's your register?
You have freaking who would be our bard, our jester, the court jester.
I think
Who would be the court jester?
I kind of want to make it fucking I'd make it Andrew.
Andrew.
No, I think Andrew would be another advisor, but he'd look over the girls' credentials. Nah, this is bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I just imagine though, court jester walking around. See here, young maidens, Alex's phone number.
Oh, something believe it? No, pitch and call, bro.
He's a door-to-door salesman of your phone number. He's like, hello, would you like to date the king?
He's looking for somebody.
He's looking
lonely.
for a woman.
He's seen multiple years of combat and bloodshed, and he's now morally tortured inside his brain. He might have some mental issues too. Kind of conquering at the age of 14 might have been realistically unbad for him.
You know that I'm surprised that it wasn't that.
No,
big
it probably was. It was never
think so?
documented. Oh yeah, there's
It's
no
just
way
an
Alexander the Great.
undocumented problem that people of killing at such a young age had.
No, there's no way.
issues.
Oh yeah, no. I can guarantee you, all those conquerors, fucked. They're all fucked. Every
Yeah.
single one of them.
I mean, just look at the modern day equivalents.
Yeah, they're all fucked. There's no way. Like, does it really look like I'm gonna go fucking conquer somebody right now?
Does it
No.
look like we could? Does it look like I could?
That was
take
the
a life?
hypothetical scenario.
Does it? Does it look like I could take a life?
I'm just saying though, but maybe realistically, if I grew up different in the 1400s or the Dark Ages, maybe I would.
Different time, but still, I can't imagine that children had a different mindset of like a young mind ending somebody's life in the most gruesome way possible.
See, I don't think I'd get gruesome with it. I think I'd do it like almost humanitarian. Like,
I mean, if you're doing it with a sword, there's no way you're not.
well, I'm stabbing for the heart. I'm trying to make it quick and fast. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not making myself to be an anime or an anime hero or villain. Like, I'm gonna drag the fight out as long as possible, make it really epic. No, I'm immediately ending the fight as quick as possible.
Caleb the Dark Knight versus the Great Knight of Bajnak.
Boschnock.
He's like,
Somebody's putting this in the Wikipedia. This man's typing right now.
He's just a massive dude coming down. I'm just Caleb the Dark Knight with the tactical shovel ready to fight this guy to the death for Alex's throne. He's the final boss for me. That's where my
Everybody has to fight their own demons at the end of it.
that's the story.
We're just describing Elden Ring. That's what I'm just describing right
Jared
now.
has to fight the evil wizard in order to gain the book.
They're
of
just having an
knowledge.
LSD battle.
Alex has to
We all look in the corner. What the fuck are those guys doing? Oh, they're just. No, I'm being hypothetical here.
Oh.
Like they're just smoking the pipe. What the fuck? This thing, who can get high first before they die?
the evil wizard's like,
They're fucking seizing in the corner.
should we help them?
It's like a regular show episode. They have like the thought bubble and they're just like shooting like laser beams at each other.
It really is like regular show, like the reality like bursts behind them, and they're like having like a laser battle.
I like how at first, like, we were all like, hypothetically speaking, if I were to take out my political rivals, regular show episode,
yeah,
we're so fucking.
you know
weird.
that really is how regular show episodes go.
It truly do be like that though. So that's basically my segment done. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if this episode's gonna be about like family legacies, where do you think your family legacy will go?
So I guess I had an interesting conversation yesterday with my family. So this is more of a serious topic, but they were like, so Alex, if you're not going to go to college or anything, go full YouTube. So what's the backup plan if YouTube fails? And so they're giving me some good ideas, but I think I'm going to do not real estate, but I'm going to own property and shit. I want to
That's always a good idea.
So I'm just going to, because what more or less got explained to me yesterday that I already kind of semi knew, we're not getting a 401k. We're not getting any of that shit.
No, we don't get anything.
We're not getting any of that money. So from now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to buy land near me, and probably if YouTube goes well, and I become pretty semi-successful, I'm going to own land in the Midwest, probably farmland and shit, and just be like, I own the land, not the farm itself, but I'd be like, I'd start owning shit. I just get a passive income. I'm not going to be like a landlord. I'd just be like, no, but what I'm describing is a landlord though, right?
Yeah, that's rent.
No, but I wouldn't be like that. I don't know. Isn't that owning property just landlord? Is that just another word for it?
I think so.
Okay, but that's more or less
You
what
can
I
correct
do.
us if we're wrong. Look it up for yourself.
Yeah, but
Do your own research.
research.
We're just idiots.
I don't know, maybe tax evasion too in there.
Tax evasion.
That's what my uncle was describing to me yesterday. He was like LLCs and shit. I'm like, are you just describing a pyramid scheme?
If you're rich enough, you can get away with it.
No, I don't think I'd ever be that rich. I'd pay my taxes. I wouldn't be an asshole, but
I mean, yeah, there's no point.
But yeah, I'd probably own a couple duplexes, maybe a store or a mall. Like I'd do spots of intrigue and interest possible in the future.
I did say to Val one time, she took me to Walla Walla, and I got to see the Blue Mountains up there.
Oh, they do have nice mountains. Up there.
Those mountains are so great. And I was like, Val, once I get to the point where I'm rich enough, and
I'm gonna move up here.
yeah, I was like, let's just get a boxable.
You know what I do?
Fly that, just have it built on top of that mountain.
So
and we'll just stay up there for the rest of
So
our
family
lives.
legacy, if we're gonna do something, so I'm assuming we're gonna take another hypothetical scenario, but this
Okay,
one's
can I
realistic.
finish where my legacy's going?
Go. No,
So
you
we're,
go
we're
first.
living on the Boxable, and I'm gonna
You're gonna live in a boxable.
yeah on top of the mountain.
Uh
I'm gonna
huh.
have sheep all around.
You're
the
gonna be
mountain.
a sheep herder? No
gets the- she
fucking
gets
way.
the-
Caleb the sheep.
She takes care of the farm, and I just sit and
Do
just
nothing all day.
ponder. And then people come up the mountain and search for my advice.
I guess
They have to.
You're the wisdom
They have,
speaker.
they have to walk up the mountain in the snow and be like, Caleb, tell me what life advice I should have. And I'm like,
My aunt's are probably gonna correct me now thinking about the 21 grandchildren. Now thinking about it because
well,
they watch the
then
podcast.
we know the truth.
I'll give you guys an answer in the future. So on that,
We'll know the answer.
assumingly YouTube goes well, I start owning real estate and I start making money off of like business and shit. This was the idea, and this is a pretty big idea that I'm gonna steal from China.
Shine.
Water farms. I think that's what I do. Do you know what a water farm is?
I think so.
So basically what it is, it's a big old fucking net. It's huge. There's no way to get into it. Only water can, so the fishes can't get out. Basically, you're starting a fish farm.
Okay.
And or because there's it exists, but it doesn't exist in the United States as a proper. But I'd start doing that. Like
tuna.
Exactly, that's what I'd do. I'm assuming I'd be like 30 or 40 at probably at this point, and I'd own a fish farm, like multiple in the Seattle area.
You know how much money you can make off of catching one tuna?
Yeah, that's what I do. I'd probably
there you
get
go.
because the thing about ocean land is it's really fishy. I'm pun not intended, but like you could realistically maybe in the future, I might be predicting shit here. Like the ocean might become super profitable. Depending.
I mean,
So
space is already profitable.
Exactly
so-
that too. So that's probably another thing. I'm probably that's 70 or 80 where I'm all like, what can I do up there? So
I hate the idea of putting advertisements in the stars. That's the most
no,
stupid
but it's
thing.
illegal apparently. Illegal in America.
It's illegal in America.
Yeah, that it got passed. Like you cannot
Okay, good.
you cannot put like there is a plane. Holy
I
shit.
told you. Oh wait, that's a big plane.
It's a big plane. But no, that's what they do. It's illegal in America to actually like post like massive billboards. Like look it up. That's an actual law.
I didn't know
But
that.
other countries can do that, but not in America. You cannot
Good.
fucking post. You cannot go to space and make a fucking Death Star McDonald's ad. You cannot do
Good.
that.
I am so glad to hear that.
So in America. So if it's in our orbit or our territory, you cannot do it.
We can shoot it down.
Yes. But that's what I'd do. I'd start fish farming and real estate. That's what I'd do. Because I think fish farming would be I don't know how to fish farm, so I get people to do it for me, but I just own it. So it'd basically be like real estate, but I'm the CEO.
I did always want to, pretty much my life, if I ever got to the point where I never had to work again, I
Mhm.
just become Animal Crossing. I just go fishing every single day.
I wouldn't live next to the fish farms because I get annoyed at the fish smell. There's no way I wouldn't.
No,
So
yeah.
I'd be like, I'd probably still. You know what I do? I'd probably own land in Canada, sea land. I guess there's maybe like sea waters or whatever, like their territories and shit, and be like, this is mine. This is my jurisdictional area. I'd start doing that.
Wow.
And probably maybe even like, you know, if I get rich enough, I might start influencing the government a little bit and being like, hey, what about this fish land? How does this work? How does this fishing land work? Because apparently it might make, you know, now thinking about it, I'm already seeing the problems with it. How would fishermen feel?
They probably wouldn't like it.
But I'd hire the fishermen and be like, no, you guys can, I'd rework it. But they'd probably get mad at me. There's no way they wouldn't.
No, yeah.
Because they'd be like, my generational farms and blah, blah, blah. I'll hire your kids to do this.
There we go.
So I know that's what I do. I know I'm already thinking evil like, and I know it's kind of bad, but you have to do it. I'd start being like, you know, you're a fisherman, but I'll take your kids to be fish workers.
I see we have very different ideas of where our legacy will go.
Well, at one point I'd stop. I'd
just-
say like if this all happens correctly and if this is all positive, I'm able to do it fine. I'm done by 60. I'm not doing anything after that. 60, I'm done.
I guess. I mean, is
I-
this if YouTube doesn't work?
No, this is if YouTube does
If
work
YouTube
and it
does
was
work.
branched off. So basically, anime makes me a fish billionaire. That's what I do.
Wow. That's interesting.
So,
There you go.
oh, bro, I would. So, okay, before I hit 60, when I hit 60, I'd still have massive shares in the company, but I'm not the CEO anymore, so I'd still make passive income with it. So I'm basically at 60 fucking cruising and still making money. But beforehand, I would I'd make Americans want fish. That's what I do. I make a McDonald's approach about it and be like, get some fucking tuna. It's good and healthy for you. I would do a cigarette approach to it and be like, 9 out of 10 doctors think that smoking actually is good for you. I do that with fish.
Fish is that. But
fish is actually good for you.
Actually
good for you.
Probably the best meat you can eat.
Yeah. So that's what I would do.
I've been trying to eat more fish recently.
It's fucking expensive. That's another thing too.
It is so expensive.
But if I had a market over it and I started doing that shit, I'd make it really cheap so more people would start eating it.
But the only problem I see with that is we've gone from genetics to fishing, but the only problem I see with that is would the quality of the fish go down?
I don't know.
I know this. If you eat a lot of salmon like I do, salmon quality goes down a lot when it's raised on a fish farm.
That is true, but on a fish, that's a fish farm, and usually those are inland. What I'm describing is it's actually in the ocean.
You're okay.
So I don't know the whole thing of it, but I'm probably going to research it as I get older, and if the real estate thing does go well, I do too. I'm definitely going to fucking win this after this. I'm fucking hungry. I haven't ate today. That's what I'd do. I'd start marketing, advertisement, all from YouTube. By the way, would be insane.
All from YouTube. Your kids would look in the past and they're like,
this guy was making anime content.
My dad was a weeb.
Yeah, and now I'm fucking making money. That's what ooh, you know what I would do? I'd go to Japan because Japan has a jellyfish problem. I wouldn't poach jellyfish, but I'd be like,
just release a bunch of sea turtles.
That's a good idea. No, but Japan's cold. Japan's waters are cold.
Well, they don't have to survive that long. They just have to kill it.
Yeah, but there's a large amount of jellyfish, so I'd probably figure out how to make jellyfish good to eat, and then I just reap the benefits of just like the overpopulation. That's what I'd do. Because I don't know, is jellyfish good? Does it have taste? Is there actual jelly in it?
There's not actual jelly.
What the fuck?
From what I know, but sea turtles can eat it, so it must have some sort of benefit.
Oh yeah. Then I try to make the reputation of sharks better while doing it too. I'd be like, fuck Jaws. Sharks are cool. They go blub blub.
Cool. Blub blub. They're just
piranhas though.
dogs in the water.
What are they doing?
I don't know. They're attacking.
There's a squirrel?
Squirtle? Is that you?
You want to go check? I'll hold the mic for you.
It's fine.
Okay. But no, that's what I do. I think my legacy would eventually be just owning a whole bunch of real estate and making a business and just like 60, 65. Yeah, I'd probably even say earlier, maybe even 50. Just like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going to take 40% of this so everybody can fight for it. I don't give a fuck.
Make that great ancestor of yours finally proud.
Yes. I'd be the next great ancestor. Fuck the like 300 years of worthless people, I guess. Roughly. Except for like the immediate people around me. That's what I do. Fish farming. Because it's really big in China. And I'd be like, nah, I'm going to jump on that. So like, I'm assuming like 30, I'm going to probably start that. If everything goes well, that's what I do. I start like a small like fish farm. Like, okay, let's see what we can do here. And then just kind of see if it slowly builds up. And then boom. 60, I'm fucking chilling.
I just like to go on that mountain and relax.
I'd relax with you on that mountain.
That was
take a business call and be like, hold up.
And yeah, I don't even know if I'd charge people to walk the mountain. That'd just be an honor thing that they have to make their way up.
I'd own space property.
I'd become self-sufficient.
Would you own space property? Would you own something on the moon? Because I would.
You know?
I'm directly looking at the camera. I would own space property.
I think maybe.
Because would it be dirt cheap?
No. Because technically the moon, isn't it technically owned by the world nations?
There is it's the same with Antarctica. There is a contract saying everybody owns it.
Everybody owns it.
But
technically you can't sell it if everybody owns it.
Yes. But there's a lease on that. There is an end date.
Oh.
With Antarctica too. That's why a lot of people are fearing the one, because Antarctica apparently has it's rich in like everything we need.
You know what? Here's what I'll do. New retirement plan. I'll buy Antarctica and make sure nobody can disturb the penguins.
I'd probably sell penguin meat.
No.
This is where our friendship divides.
The penguins thrive.
Oh yeah, that's what I'd do.
I would not.
No, I don't.
I don't think penguin meat's good.
I don't even know. Does it taste like chicken? Or is it a little bit salty?
I don't think anybody wants to. I think penguin meat's kind of undesirable.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not an ask. Wait.
Because I think they're mostly, because with chickens, they're built to be eaten.
Yeah.
But penguins are more built to keep themselves warm, which is why it's good for.
So they have a lot of fat, though.
It'd be a fatty meat.
Yeah.
So
I don't like too much fat on my meat.
there'd be blubber nuggets.
Yeah.
Do you want blubber nuggets? I don't think so.
I've never tried a blubber nugget. That'd be good. Might be bad.
Doug Dimmadome says they're good.
Apparently, Doug Dimmadome says it's good.
Doug
Apparently, Odd Parents.
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale
Dimmadome.
Dimmadome.
But now, if I started doing shit past my 60s and space was available for me, I'd own space property. I would go to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah,
That's what I'd do.
I'd go to Titan.
So we're assumingly like we're exploring space now.
It's weird. I mean, I think in our lifetime, I think it would be possible to get that far in space.
We would be like 80 or 70 by then.
Yeah, but because
Unless immortality shows up that we figured out how to regenerate cells, then I'd be forever 20. This would be me for the rest of
episode 2 for more information.
Look at that. No. Fuck it. No. We'll bring it right back into that conspiracy theory. AI God shit. Like, no, that's totally possible within our lifetime. There could be an AI
At that
just
point,
slowly
that's not
building
even
up.
real though, so who cares?
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, I'd probably do that. I'd probably own moon property because it's right next to Earth, and I'm assuming scientists would immediately start terraforming the moon. So I'd start like, I'd own fish property, sea land on the moon. If it's being terraformed, I'd immediately doing that. So I'd own like massive swaths of probably like lakes and shit, and just be like fish farm.
I'd hope my ancestors that come after me would become
What is that?
space bounty hunters.
What is the opposite of ancestors?
I think it'd be lineage.
Is lineage? Yeah, my lineage. That's what I do. I'd make
space bounty hunters, and they all have cool spaceships.
That would be pretty badass.
Yep.
That's what I do. I'd own property on the moon eventually, and then I'd own property on Mars because that's the next big one. And then I'd probably have small pockets of profit on all the moons on Jupiter. And after that, I probably wouldn't go any further. But I might start owning some of the moons on Saturn because Saturn is one of my favorite planets just because it looks badass. So I might start doing there, and that's where I'd stop. I'd own like little pockets of everywhere, and I'd start making money.
Well, there you go, folks. The white Spaniard Alex would want to conquer the entire universe.
No, I would own limited pockets. I'm not going to be a dictator. Unless I go full Banana Republic, but I don't think I'll do that. I will not become a Banana Republic. I refuse to. I just wanted to make money. I don't know about my lineage, though. Alex Jr. or Azrael might full want to like, I'll conquer the stars themselves.
Yes.
Look at I fucking
Father, I will take your legacy and I'll make it better.
That's not what I wanted, dithole. I just wanted to keep money and bitches.
Who listens to their parents? Who learns from their ancestors?
Not me. I don't know any of them.
Apparently.
Yeah. So
you know, but the ancestors on my dad's side,
they're all racist.
No.
Well,
I don't think so.
Do you know so?
I'm pretty sure not. We have black family members.
Do you? So you're also black? You can say the N-word?
Technically, actually, we're like 1% black.
Oh, so you can't say the N-word.
I don't know. I have the
Twitter says you have to be at least 5% or above.
I got a pass from my little cousin.
That does not count.
It counts.
She's half white. She's light skinned.
No, I have another cousin. He's like Miles Morales.
Is that her brother?
No.
Or am I thinking of a different one?
No, you're thinking of on my mom's side.
Ah, okay. I don't know this part.
Okay. Well, that's not the story I was going to say.
What's
but
the story then?
On my dad's side, I guess to bring it back to my lineage. So Nazi
Dante
on one
is
side.
passed out, bro. Look at him.
He's sleeping.
He's fucking gone, bro. He's sunbathing.
Dante's
Your
good
hair's
dog.
changed color, by the way.
Yeah, it's like brown.
Yeah, is mine changed color a little bit or no?
A little.
It's hot.
I always tell people that my hair is brown, but they never believe me.
No, you look like Phoenix Wright. I just
Phoenix Wright. Objection.
Objection.
But no, on my dad's side somewhere, they're moonshiners.
Really?
Yeah, that was our past in the Old West. They were moonshiners.
I might sell cigars too. That'd be pretty cool.
Cigars aren't healthy.
They're not, but they're really cool. My uncle fucking started smoking one yesterday. I was like, I won't lie, that is so unhealthy, but they're like so fucking cool.
That's how they get you, Alex.
I know.
Don't listen
It's
to
$40. He said I spent $40 on
that
this
tobacco.
tobacco. I got a
Tobacco's
fucking smoker's
bad.
lung.
Nope, that's bad. Bad stuff.
I'd probably do it like semi.
Isn't that weird? How, like, I was hearing a lot about this yesterday, talking to this guy that I work with at the radio station. But throughout all of history, people will, like, I guess, gaslight people into thinking that things that are actually bad are the good things.
Yeah,
Like, he was telling me that
that's marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
That's old school marketing.
Anyone who knows anything about marketing knows that they will always make their product look so great when it's not.
Do you think men hate women because of the prohibition?
No, that
You think it was an after effect?
there was a
You know that hidden before. This is totally off topic, but the
Throughout-
fact that like alcohol was like really demonized, but beforehand it wasn't, and all of a sudden like there was a real big. No one really knows about this, but there was a big woman movement to ban alcohol because so many men would drink, they just beat their wives out of anger and shit
See,
like that.
The thing was though that women have always gotten like the backseat throughout all of history.
It kind of sucks. I won't lie.
I don't really know where it starts from, but from what
I'm blaming the Bible.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Christianity created a sort of
Actually, no. I'm not going to blame the Bible.
Society?
No, there is a specific guy. I forget this is the birth of the witch, basically. The guy who basically made out all women to be witches. I blame that guy. I take my Bible statement back. I blame that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That guy is a bitch.
and
He was a simp, an incel even.
he was I think that's the actual term.
Yeah, he was an incel. He hated women, and the church was all like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And immediately, since he started posting books like that, he started printing the books or whatever. It spread like wildfire. All the Joe Rogan heads, before Joe Rogan existed back in the medieval ages, those are the guys that eventually caused problems.
They're like, so did you know that women suck? And it's
Oh,
like,
what?
Wow, women actually suck.
And then he's just smoking. I don't think that, dude. Maybe it's a different perspective from mine. If I could get Joe Rogan and the fucking Tabasco.
But I don't think women suck.
No, I don't think that.
Maybe this is a hot take, but I don't think women suck.
I don't know, dude. Maybe the political news has. That's my Joe Rogan impression.
Wow.
But no,
Yeah, that's
that's what
weird.
I blame him. But this stems back. This has been a thing for like forever, bro. Gaslighting has been a strategy humans have been using
Oh, yeah.
forever.
They always want to get one step above somebody else.
Oh, for real. That's how the system works, and it kind of blows like that. But that's how it is. It's total bullshit.
Hate it here.
It really is, bro.
Well,
Oh.
I think we can wind it down
Can
here. Do you
we?
think so?
I don't know. I think I was kind of enjoying it.
Do you have anything more you want to touch on?
Well, I really didn't think anything else today. I just kind of showed up and I was just kind of enjoying the sun. It'd be pretty bitchin' to have like a barbecue or like some
Dude,
right here.
You don't know how much I want to. And look at that fire pit. I want to tell campfire stories for one podcast episode.
We need to remember. I want to do that shaman episode. We need to get a shaman and still spooky stories. That'd be cool.
Spooky stories.
Spooky stories are fire. I don't got a lot, and that's what I'm gonna do consistently. Bring guests on. I want spooky stories.
Well, here's something about my family lineage, I guess, to bring it back to this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in my family seems to have some sort of connection with ghosts.
What about you?
I don't.
What the fuck?
Ghosts like avoid me. They're afraid of me.
They sense your dark
They
aura.
fear me.
Your fucking Yusuke from Yu Hakusho spirit gun.
Yeah. But yeah, it's,
Akuhabara.
it's weird because my family has a lot of stories that consist of almost everyone on my dad's side has some thing that deals with like a dark entity that they've seen, like a shadow figure.
So basically, what I've told the podcast before, the shadow entities that show up at the corner of my eye, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, you loser. Because they always have I told you where they show up in my house or only the hospital?
No, I think you only told me that they show up at the hospital.
So I guess I guess this is the last story I'll tell, and we'll probably end the podcast. So, at a very young age, I'd say in between the ages of 4 and I'm gonna save that story for later because I can tell more childhood stories, but I'm gonna tell the spooky ones. in between the ages of, wow, there's a lot of, holy shit, I'm having flashbacks right now. In between the ages of 4 and I'd say now, I've always been seeing dark entities around my height. They're actually been getting slightly taller as I've gotten older, but so to describe the house, my parents and me and my brother used to live in my aunt's house before we moved here, and how the house was formatted, the living room. So the entrance to the door would be here, and then literally like this way, and there would be the living room. And I was tall enough to see over, like, you know how kids would like look over like the fence or something. So pretend this is the door. I look over. But if I was in the living room by myself or just kind of chilling, there'd always be a shadow-like entity in the shape of a child. Sorry if you guys couldn't hear me. In the shape of a child. Over it, like his fingers would be over it, his head, his nose. He didn't have a nose. He was like just, all black entity. Like a shadow. And I'd always see him. And he'd be like, huh? What the fuck?
Who are you?
Yeah, and it always freaked me out. And he would only be there. Never, everywhere in the house, it would show up. Never. He would never show up anywhere but the front door. So eventually I moved to Moses here, Moses Lake. And of course, from the shadow entities I've described, they're in the hallways and shit. They're just like lurking. They're out in the open. And I go, what? I take a double take. But the ones in my house, there's two that always trip me out. There's one in the living room. He stands in the corner. And you know where the entrance to the garage is, or next to the pantry. Yeah. So he'll do the same thing as the child one, but he'd do it like in this motion. He'd look over, and sometimes it would psych me out. I'm like, what the fuck? And sometimes I won't lie, I've kind of made it a joke with myself, and I'll be like, can you guys shut the fuck up? I'm trying to make a sandwich right now.
See,
so yeah, I've seen shadow entities, but they've never outright like terrified me or anything. They've just been there annoying.
So I guess we'll say, We'll probably talk a lot more about ghost stories in a future episode.
Yeah.
Halloween. But I will tell this one because it's.
We need to get a shaman for Halloween. That's what we need to do. We need to get a shaman or something.
But there was a ghost that used to haunt this family for quite a while.
There's a ghost haunting?
There's a ghost haunting in this very house. He would come every Memorial Day weekend, and he would just wait in the darkness until we got home from whatever barbecue we're at. And that's when he decided to start terrorizing people. And one of the main times was my dad stayed home for whatever reason. I think him and my mom had an argument, so we went to the barbecue and he stayed home by himself. And he said he saw like a little shadow boy just peek around the corner and just dart off while he's home by himself.
Really?
And this shadow boy would be in this house all the time.
Really?
And it was, I think, Memorial Day of 2013, I'd have to say, that me and Colby were the first ones to get home from the barbecue. And we were just exhausted after that day. But that ghost decided to show up. He always had to show up. Hey, get out of here, B. I'm telling a story.
He showed up earlier.
He's looking for something.
He's looking for the pee-pee.
No.
He's gay. He's a gay bee.
Oh, I think that, never mind. But yeah, that ghost showed up Memorial Day weekend that weekend. But me and Colby were tired, and he threw my favorite movie, Milo and Otis, off the shelf of our TV. And
he doesn't like Milo and Otis? What the fuck is
me
he?
and Colby just stopped, and we're like, Ghost, are you serious? We are tired, and we don't want to deal with you right now. Why don't you just get out of here? You suck, and you're just being annoying now. Just leave. And the ghost never haunted us ever again.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, you guys are assholes.
We really bullied a ghost to not haunt us anymore.
Yeah, you know what? I won't lie. The whole time I've been describing this podcast, I swear to God, I've been seeing a brown dog on the bottom here, but I can't tell if my brain's psyching out this pull for something. So every time you look back in the video where I've looked down.
Is that an explosion?
No, dog. She has the bone down there. I threw it. That was a bone.
Where'd you find a bone?
There was a bone on top of here, and I kicked it for funnies. But yeah, every time I've looked down here, I've always like I keep on psyching myself out. I'm like, what the fuck? What's down there? Like my brain's all like,
Well, we've had a lot of dogs go.
It was brown too. It was it Evie?
It might have been.
It's the ghost of Evie.
Evie's ghost.
I am cool, Bara. I'm starting to see fucking spirits and shit.
She so guards this plane of existence.
No, it's funky. I've seen some shit.
Cat? Is that our cat?
It's a cat over there. It's a fucking turtle.
It's the imposter cat. I have a story about the imposter cat. I guess it's off topic, but
it's hour 33.
I can tell the
so
story.
You can go. Yeah, go.
So I didn't tell about these cats on the pet episode.
Mhm.
This is like the catch-up episode, I guess.
Mhm.
So I have two other cats that we recently got. Well,
Mhm.
not recently. It's been 2 years now.
Mhm.
But we got them after Tang just betrayed us.
No.
And so we got... They look like little raccoons, which worried me after... that we got them immediately after the Aura killing a raccoon incident.
Mhm.
But they're still alive.
Mhm.
They're twin sisters, though. And so we've had them all this time. But recently, we've had this neighbor cat that looks exactly like them.
Mhm.
He's been coming over and just terrorizing the place.
Really?
And one day, I think it was like last month,
Mhm.
he came into the garage and was locked in overnight. And the cats, I saw one of the cats on edge about something. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I look and I see a gray cat that looks exactly like her, but I know it wasn't her sister. And he just darts in. And I was like, oh my gosh, there is an imposter among us.
No.
And I was
way.
like, Colby, the cats are sus right now.
Boo-doo-doo-doo.
We had to pretty much suss out who is the imposter cat.
No way. That's wild.
Yeah.
We got interesting stories. We went from genetics to me conquering a made-up land
back to pets.
to our family legacy to scary stories back to pets. We are wild, ladies and gentlemen.
We are.
It's about an hour 30. I think we're good.
Yeah,
It's about our average.
I hope you enjoy it. But this is shorter than the past 3 that we've had.
Well, because we didn't. This is the chill week, dude. We're outside. I'm
I'm
enjoying the
chilling.
sun. I'm gonna be honest.
I honestly want to do this.
I think we need to do this again.
We can do this on the next episode.
When's your next day off?
Thursday.
It's Thursday too.
Let's go.
Oh, so I guess we're gonna
So,
record a podcast and go watch Doctor Strange.
We can. Yeah, we can do that. But we're going to wind it down here, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode, learning a little bit about mine and Alex's family lineage and where we hope to
Should
take
be
our
in the
family
future.
In the future. Once again, I'm Caleb Perez. You can follow me on any of the links. Alex Pruneda. Alex, do you have anything else you want to say?
AKA Metas, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Almost at 50K. We're about, I think I should be at 43K as of today. I should be.
Congratulations.
I got some videos in the works. I have a whole bunch of editors. I sent out that tweet and I got, dude, I threw that shit out like it was a gotcha game, bro.
It's surprising how many people are like dead set on like they're ready to edit for people.
Oh yeah, dude. I guess I'll hint it is that one of the Seth the programmer. He's a big anime power scaler. I got one of his editors. He came out the blue out of nowhere. I'm like, hey yo, and so I got him in the works. It's gonna be a collab between me and my homie Jobber. But I guess to hype some shit up for the future. Actually, no. By the time this episode's released, that video should be out.
Nice.
I think realistically. So I guess
this should be releasing
sometime in the middle of
third
May.
week in May.
Third week in May.
No, yeah.
So wait, is the next episode gonna be
the next episode is
should-
a special episode.
But are we gonna really do that before
We're
Doctor
not-
Strange?
should we? We could save it. We don't have to record before Doctor Strange.
That is true. We'll see what happens. I think
Anyways,
we should write down.
We'll figure things out.
So-
But I will give a sneak peek. Next episode is gonna be a hot one. It's gonna be hot.
You get it?
Hot.
It's a podcast and
Hot.
we're a hot episode. There's gonna be a girl. No. No.
Anyways, thank you for joining us. I
might start selling merch too. I might start doing that. Those are
hope we get
ideas.
to the point. We need a sponsor.
We need a sponsor, dude.
Guys, please
Please, we're
help
hungry.
us. We need money.
Wait, do you still want to go to Wendy's right now?
Get Wendy's.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace out.
This is the fucking letter. 7. I just said 7 in sign language. Right? 1, 6. Wait, hold up. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I said 8.
Alex still remembers sign language.
9,
Anyways,
10,
peace out,
11,
guys.
12,